stop me if you've heard this one before. A CrossFit event that advertises a prize purse, athletes pay to compete, they turn up, they throw down, they stand atop the podium, and yet they never see the prize money. Unfortunately, it's not the first time, it probably won't be the last time that I have to talk about this kind of thing happening. However, this one, it's a little bit weird. So the event that we'll be talking about today is BattleDrome. So this was a CrossFit licensed event that took place in Milan in Italy. It was even shared on the CrossFit Italia Instagram page. So you would expect a level of credibility from this event. Well, the event came and went, champions were crowned, and prize money was, well, not only was it not paid, but it seems to have disappeared. So initially there was a €20,000 prize purse advertised. Now this was a €5,000 increase on the previous year that had a €15,000 prize purse. Although have fun trying to find any mention of this €20,000 prize purse, because shortly after the event took place, well, their social media, their website, everything was completely scrubbed clean. It's as if that €20,000 never existed. Now, despite this money disappearing from social media, the athletes were assured that they would receive their prize money within 60 days, although they didn't know exactly how much prize money to expect because they had only been informed of the total prize purse and not the individual breakdown for the different athletes. Well, some of the athletes were kind enough to share with me the emails that they had sent and received from BattleDrome so that I could start to see the excuses that had been sent their way. So for example, once that 60 days had passed, well, they were informed it was actually 60 to 90 working days. Well, I don't know how many days a week they choose to work over there, but it's been about 6 months now, so I'm pretty sure 90 working days has passed. And then we had another problem, and that was that the man in charge, the big boss, his name's Daniele, well, he was in hospital, so he couldn't really do anything to help. Then he was out of hospital, but he was still undergoing some therapy at home, although they were assured he was going to reach out to the different athletes individually and help resolve this situation. Although another strange thing is that just like the prize money after the event took place, he seems to have disappeared from their social media. Apparently he was featured in a number of social media posts leading up to and during the event, but once it had finished, just like the prize money, he seems to have disappeared. Now the emails also raised two other issues that were to explain away why nobody had seen the money. The first was that it was a sponsor that had failed to pay what was owed to the event. And actually this was damaging the reputation of the event and the relationship that they had with athletes. And despite week after week this sponsor promising they were going to pay the money, they just hadn't done it, and they were now going through legal advisors to try and remedy the situation. But then at the same time, in the same email, they're also saying that the ownership of the event has changed hands, and actually they don't own it anymore, so they're sort of wiping their hands clean of the situation. So if the sponsor pays them the money, do they actually then have to pay the money to the athletes, because technically they don't own the event anymore? So it's all a little bit confusing. So just to clear it up a little bit where we stand at the moment, we've said the athletes, they don't have the money. The event are claiming that they don't have the money, although they also don't have the event. Maybe this unnamed sponsor has the money. Or maybe there's another place they might have sent the money. On the 9th of August, that is just the day after the tragic death of Lazar Jukic at the CrossFit Games, BattleDrome sent out an email suggesting that money be donated to the fund that was being raised for Lazar's family. And they suggested that athletes could choose, if they wanted to donate the prize money to that fund as well. Which feels like a funny way of doing things, right? If I'm somebody who just scraped by through the qualifiers, I know, honestly, I've got no chance of finishing up on the podium. Of course I'm willing to donate all the prize money to Lazar's family. I had no chance of getting it. It's not my money. But actually, it's not BattleDrome's money either. That's money promised to the athletes. If the athletes then want to give that money away and they want to give it to a good cause, and Lazar's family is a good cause, let them choose to do that themselves. Instead, what you're doing is being able to say, we're giving away money that we should be giving away anyway. So It's a bit odd. Now, if I was a conspiracy theorist, maybe I could be saying that this was already laying the groundwork for the chance that money might disappear. And how are you going to know whether or not we gave that money to this fund? It's hard to follow up on this because just like everything else, any mention of it has been erased from social media, and it's only through a couple of emails that we even know this was an idea in the first place. So where is the money? Because we know it's not with the athletes. Now, it might be with BattleDrome. They say it's a sponsor that hasn't paid, but were they expecting that sponsor to pay 20,000 euros to cover the entire prize purse? Or is it just a percentage of money that they haven't paid, and so some of the prize purse should theoretically still exist? Have new owners come in and just wipe the slate clean? Or is it with old owners who have seemingly disappeared from social media? Who knows? Well, maybe BattleDrome should know. And of course, I reached out about 4 days ago, but have not heard anything back. Although it is not uncommon when I speak about these kind of topics publicly that suddenly people do get in contact. So if I hear anything, of course, I will try to update you with the facts. But it feels like maybe the major lesson we can take away from BattleDrome is screenshot everything. Because it feels like they are trying to rewrite history by just constantly removing things that they've said from social media. Prize money? What prize money?